Hi everyone. Now what I'm going to be tying here is, for the very first time, is a fly called a mustard green. Now this pattern is to represent an emerging green drake. It's a fly, an American pattern, originally tied by a gentleman called Weir. So it's just a request. Now you're going to see it as I'm tying it. Now what I'm using here, the hook I'm using, and it's tied on a grub hook, so I've got some photographs there and it shows me it tied on a grub hook, so I'm going to stick to that. And one of my favourite grub shaped hooks is this Czech Nymph. This is the barbless hook, as you say. It's a size 14 though, it's more 12 like, and it's quite a big hook. But anyway, I'm going to use that hook. You can use whatever hook you have. Thread I'm going to be using, I'm using the Uni 80 in olive dun. So what I'm going to do is start at the eye here, I'm going to put down the layer. Now as you can see, I've got the hook sitting quite weird. The reason being, I want to be able to tie the tail in. Now the tail is basically representing Shuck. So make sure you come round the bend a bit. And so I want to be able to tie in and see it. Now it does ask for a few fibres. So I'm going to bring the fibres 90 degrees out, and this is a substitute. It's dyed obviously. This is it's just a mallard flank which has been dyed to give the impression of summer duck, so I'm going to use that. So I'm going to tie this on. Now it says twice the length of the hook, so tie it to the back, just tie it on the top, just come round back in a looseish turn like, just to secure it. See what it's going to look like. I mean, it's really long like, it's unusual as I say, but I'll stick to that. Much easier to get it to stay there. Now I'm just going to tie this on, make sure it's not going to move. I'm going to use this as a guide, so I'm going to bring the hook back up. Trim it in line with the point of the hook which is there. Just make sure it's secure. It just evens the body out by doing this. Now there's no rib in this fly. Just basically asks for just a light sort of dubbing, and I'm using this light, this green coloured dubbing. It's just a mixed seal's fur. It's a light olive. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just lightly dub it onto my thread. This is to get brushed out, so I'm not going to be too tight with it. And I'm going to work my way down. And then just stretching it out. Just lightly applying the dubbing to get to the tail. And then I'm going to just work my way up. You've got to put it on reasonably loose so that you can brush it out, so it's got to be brushed out. And get a nice taper in it, right up until we're back to where we're in line with the point of the hook. So I say it is quite an unusual fly. Let's trim this away. Then I'm going to tie in a nice soft hackle, and in this case this is just a saddle I've got. It's got a nice mark, it's got a kind of natural browny grey colour, which I'm going to tie in by the tip. You can use whatever hackles you have. Now I'd probably get 2 flies out of this, maybe even 3 flies, depending how heavy you want to dress it. So just bare the tip, catch it in, so screw it in, come round. Probably a couple of turns would be fine. I say I'd probably get another fly out of that, so there we are. Nice and tight, screw that in, trim away. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take my thread down a wee bit. Go back to my dubbing, same dubbing as I did in the body. I say it is a request, and it's an unusual pattern. I'm sure I'll get a few questions about it, but then basically all I know is what I've seen on the internet, so if you do a wee bit of research you'll see it. So I'm just going to build this thorax up a bit, stretching the dubbing out, making sure it's reasonably tight. And the green drake is a big fly, so don't be shy. Work my way through, get a reasonable shape into it. Probably probably could see this working for big, large mayflies, obviously, in some of the lochs we get, especially the island. This would probably do well. So there we are. Now what I'm going to do is whip finish. If I can find a whip finisher. There we are. So it is basically that is it. That's what I could see on the internet. So as I say, it is a requested fly. Now it does mention about brushing the dubbing out really rough using some Velcro. So that's what I'm going to do, because that's what makes the fly. And it really rough up the hackle underneath as well. And there's a tail. Well, it is a tail, but it's representing the shuck. And then I'm just going to roll this back. Just a wee bit rough. Now I'm going to blow the hairdryer through it just to kind of tidy it up. And there we are. As I say, it's just just take out the extra long fibres here. And it's, as I say, I'm quite happy to tie a lot of patterns if I've got the materials, or even having a go at a fly. If it's close enough, at least you're seeing the dressing. But this is probably close to the one that's on the internet. So there we are. That's what they call the mustard green, originally tied by Weir. So anyway, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Another pattern, an unusual style, and then you may have a pattern you might like to try it like this. It's got some reputation, this fly, so it's, well, just lift this so you can see the tail a wee bit, and there we are. Once you gink this up, it'll emerge, it'll stay quite close to the surface. We have midge patterns that we like to rough up, like there's one or two I like anyway. I mean, Bob Spitz is one of the best known ones. It's not mine, but again, it's as rough as this and close to the surface. And like the wolf patterns, some of the dries, they've got a real long tail, squirrel tail, to give impression of the shuck, and this is what that's doing. So there we are. So I hope you enjoyed that, and again, thanks for watching.